Hey, what's up guys? So I just got home from the gym and I did my randomizer wheel and I generated who has won the giveaway contest, and it is my friend Jordan, my former coworker. So I'm gonna send it to him and yeah, he's the winner. However, the movie he picked is not the one that won the fan vote. Today I'm going to be watching Fantastic Dinosaurs of the movies. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So here's the copy of Son-in-Law, signed by me to Jordan, as you can see there. And yeah, I'm going to be sending it out to him tomorrow. So I hope he likes it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ryan's Reviews, 100 Films in 100 Days, episode 19. I know in that last clip there I said that I was going to be watching Fantastic Dinosaurs of the movies, but I started watching it and it kind of sucked. It was just a really bad documentary thing. I didn't enjoy it at all. So I decided today to watch Robocop from 1987. I thought it was 1987. It's directed by Paul Verhoeven, or Verhoeven. I don't know which exactly it is, but... So this film is about a police officer named Alex Murphy who gets transferred to Detroit. I think he was working in a different part of Detroit, but I guess this is like a more rough and seedy area of Detroit he's now working at as a police officer. So he gets transferred there, and early on in his career there, he's like following these like terrorists or drug dealers or something. I'm pretty sure, oh no, they were bank robbers. They were bank robbers in the beginning, but they're like general criminals who like do all sorts of stuff. So he follows them, him and his partner, you know, they get in a shootout with the guys, and then they follow them back to a warehouse where Officer Murphy gets brutally shot up and he's presumed dead. His arm gets shot off, you know, he's wrecked to pieces. But then he gets turned into Robocop, which is an initiative by Omnicorp. What Omnicorp is trying to do is they're trying to help out the community and trying to lower the crime rate in Detroit. So what they're doing is they're trying out these new robotic police officers. And one of the guys, he created ED-209, which is basically this giant sentry turret robot, which fails. It kills a guy on accident because it doesn't understand basic like commands and stuff. So the other employee decides to go forward with the Robocop program, and then what they do is they take Murphy's old body and they put it into the synthetic suit, and now he is Robocop, a robot police officer. So Robocop is fighting between trying to protect the public and also trying to like remember who he is, because he's having these nightmares and flashbacks of him being killed and his family and all this sort of stuff. And he eventually goes on a sort of personal vendetta against the men who killed him, and it all leads down to a whole big plan by Omnicorp to like make tons of money from the city. So it gets really interesting. I know I just kind of gave a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't want to spoil too much more of it for you. I feel like Anthony Fantano right now with the sleeveless shirt when he does his meme reviews. Maybe I should start making reviews like him. I'll start giving really good movies like a 6 out of 10. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the movie, 6 out of 10. So that's what happens in the movie. So what did I think of it? I thought that this was an awesome movie. I loved it. I think it's very cool. And I think it's really creative, just like how I said in my last review of a Paul Verhoeven film, which was Starship Troopers. I think the fact that it's such a violent film is supposed to be part of the message about police officers in and of themselves. Because I think, like, the character Robocop is cool, but in reality, like, a robot police officer that does shoot first, ask questions later, is really not a good idea. Also, I've heard that Paul Verhoeven has said that basically this story is supposed to be like the American Jesus, because Robocop, you know, he rises from the dead, and instead of committing miracles, he upholds the law, and it's supposed to be kind of the American equivalent, you know, in our American society of the Jesus story. And it's really interesting, and I really like calling Robocop the American Jesus, because that just sounds awesome. Now, if Robocop had long-ass flowing hair and a big old beard, and like wore like a white robe, that would be even cooler. I really like the special effects in this film. Like a lot of the stop motion, even for like Ed-209, even though it looks kind of goofy, it still looks really good. And like, because CGI at that time, even some CGI now, CGI looks stupid. I don't talk about this very much in my reviews so far, but I will talk about it more. But I'm not a big fan of CGI if it's not used really well and really sparingly. That's why I'm so critical of the Star Wars prequels, because their literal backgrounds were entirely just CGI and it looked so jarring to the eyes. I hated it. I thought the acting in this was very good. I can't remember who played Robocop, or Alex Murphy. But he did a really good job making like a very robotic and very monotone sounding character still be able to elicit a lot of emotion just through his very subtle uses of like emotion and tone, and also like the way things are phrased and vernacular and all that sort of stuff. I didn't realize how violent this was going to be. Like, I knew it was an old film and, you know, a 1987 film, so I knew it wasn't going to be like insane. But it was. Like, I thought it was just going to be like a standard, like, action movie. You know, there was going to be some guys getting shot, but they fall over. No, people get ripped apart. People get just guts ripped open. When Murphy's arm gets shot off, there's just blood everywhere. His hand gets shot off, and you see, like, this dismembered arm. It's insane, but it's awesome. I'll be honest, I don't think I'd change a single frame of this film. Usually I'm not a super huge fan of, like, some of the sci-fi action films. Like Judge Dredd, I kind of like Judge Dredd. I don't like Demolition Man very much. I know those are both Sylvester Stallone films, but sort of like where it kind of blends the line between like a cop action film and then sci-fi. Usually they don't work for me a whole lot, but this was really, really cool. I still need to see that Judge Dredd remake, which I've heard is really, really good actually. I saw a poster for it back in 2012 when I saw the Total Recall remake in theaters. I actually haven't seen the original Total Recall, but I've seen the remake, which is terrible. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen in theaters. I was also expecting it to be a little bit more of a buddy cop movie, with the character of Officer Lewis having a bit more of a bigger impact throughout the film, rather than just being a real side character. But I still think they did it well. I don't know if you could make Robocop a buddy cop movie. That was a great transition right there. Now I'm going to talk about buddy cop movies and how much I love them. I've always been a very big fan of buddy cop movies. Some of my favorites have been stuff like Lethal Weapon, Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3, Die Hard 3. Jesus, what are some other buddy cop movies? Oh, I still need to see 48 Hours, which I've heard is actually really, really good. And I got that on my list of stuff I want to see. Well, I love Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon 1 is one of my favorite films of all time. Oh, wait. Point Break. Is Point Break a buddy cop movie? Oh, Hot Fuzz, which is a buddy cop comedy. So, in the end, I'm going to give this film a 5 out of 5. I don't know if I've given any films a 5 out of 5 on this show so far, but I think this is the closest thing to a perfect action film that I've watched on this show. I think everyone should watch it. I think it's definitely worth your time. It's an American classic. Now, I've heard 2 and 3 aren't very good, but who cares? So that's been my review of Robocop from 1987, directed by Paul Verhoeven. I really, really enjoyed it. I hope you guys check it out as well. And also, tomorrow, I'm going to be watching something new. I actually kind of lied there. It's not really new, because I'm actually going to be breaking one of my rules. One of my rules for this show is that for the movies I watch, it has to be something I haven't seen before. But this time, I thought I'd give you guys a special treat and teach you a little bit about myself and watch something I have seen before and I'm actually a big fan of. And that's Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, also known as Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Now, I've seen every single Godzilla movie, all 32 of them. 31. Well, 35 if you include the anime movies, but those are terrible. 29 if you only include the Japanese ones. I've even got a tattoo of Godzilla right here, look. So I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I even do a panel talking all about Godzilla at ProCon, which is a little convention that my anime club hosts at my university. So I'm gonna watch a Godzilla movie again for you guys, and I'm gonna talk about how much I love it. And this one is a total trip. It's literally like being on an acid high the whole time. It's insanity. I love it. Make sure to check out my review tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know when I'll be getting this review out. Maybe Friday. I'll have to see. Make sure to check out all my friends down in the description. Mr. Isaac Taylor, who has a really cool YouTube channel, way better than mine. He's way smarter than me about movies. Also my friend John from the Netherlands, who makes some really cool reviews. His Letterboxd is in the description. Also my Letterboxd, and also my friend Avant-Garde Criminal, who does all my thumbnails for me. He's a really talented artist, really cool guy as well. Make sure to go check him out on Facebook. And he loves the appreciation and all the love. It's Valentine's Day after all when I'm filming this. I don't know if that's when I'm going to be releasing it. But I'll see you boys and gals tomorrow.